Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Klay Thompson called out for antics after $50 million deal. Klay Thompson's move to the Dallas Mavericks has revealed some intriguing details about his tenure with the Golden State Warriors. Thompson will go down as a legend with the franchise. But there appears to have been some tension over his antics during his time with the Warriors, particularly during his final season with Golden State. Jason Dumas of Cron 4 News revealed that Thompson's attitude created an uncomfortable situation for the Warriors. Klay has been equally as exhausting behind the scenes. It's not as loud. It's not as loud because it's not you stomping on someone's chest, Dumas said during an interview on 95.7 The Game in the Bay Area. If he's slamming stuff on the bench and sulking, and doing that on the court, how do you think it is in practice? How do you think it is in the locker room? It has been uncomfortable, it has. It just doesn't come out as loudly as Draymond Green. According to reports, the Warriors offered Thompson a 2-year, $48 million extension last offseason. He turned it down and bet on himself, but he did not have a solid season. Thompson struggled mightily at times and averaged 17.9 points. Thompson's deal with the Mavericks is worth $50 million over 3 years. Dumas is not alone in acknowledging the tension between Thompson and the Warriors. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reported that Thompson's relationship with the team deteriorated last season. In the final season of Thompson's remarkable 13-year Warriors career, his relationship with the franchise became increasingly strained over contract discussions and his looming free agency. His departure became more and more likely as the season progressed, Wojnarowski said. His unhappiness grew as his role with the team fluctuated throughout the season, punctuated by him being pulled from the closing lineup in early February and moving to a bench role later that month. Thompson spent 13 seasons with the Warriors and was a core part of their dynasty. He played a key role as Golden State reeled off 4 NBA championships. He made 5 All-Star teams and earned a reputation as one of the best sharpshooters in the league. Thompson averaged 19.6 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game with the Warriors. He has shot 41.3% on his three-pointers during his career. Despite how things ended, the Warriors still plan to honor Thompson once his playing days are wrapped up. The Warriors addressed Thompson's departure with a statement on Monday, July 1. The amount of joy and happiness that Klay provided Warriors fans, Bay Area natives, and Dub Nation supporters all around the world has been immense and cannot be minimized, the statement said. His penchant for delivering in pressurized situations on the biggest stage, including many Game 6 heroics, has helped define a career. Klay's legacy will live on forever, and we look forward to the day we can retire his number 11 jersey at Chase Center, where he will join a host of Warriors immortals, including those who helped shape this recent dynasty, himself included. The Warriors got 2 second-round draft picks for Thompson in a 3-team sign-in trade, while the Hornets received shooting guard Josh Green. Troubling Dallas Mavericks news on Klay Thompson's reputation with Golden State Warriors. Some of the first NBA news to emerge this offseason was that Klay Thompson wouldn't return to the Golden State Warriors, the end of an era for both sides. Now, just hours after Thompson signed with the Dallas Mavericks, details have emerged on part of the reasoning for the All-Star's exit. While Thompson didn't play at an All-Star level last season, he still shot 38.7% from the perimeter. In the regular season, he was tied with C.J. McCollum, Jalen Suggs, and Kobe White in 5/38 wins above replacement, 3.6. However, the earliest Warriors rumors this offseason indicated that the two sides were never close on a contract. Golden State entered the summer prepared to lose its longtime star, and it even helped facilitate the exit with a sign-in trade to Dallas. Now, there is some added reasoning for the Warriors' approach during an appearance on 95.7 The Game. Jason Dumas of Cron 4 News said that Thompson's antics behind the scenes for Golden State were as equally exhausting for the franchise as what Draymond Green did. Also read, Best NBA Players of All Time. Klay has been equally as exhausting behind the scenes. It's not as loud. It's not as loud because it's not you stomping on someone's chest. If he's slamming stuff on the bench and sulking, and doing that on the court, how do you think it is in practice? How do you think it is in the locker room? It has been uncomfortable. It has. It just doesn't come out as loudly as Draymond Green. The behavior Thompson is being accused of certainly wouldn't be anything the Mavericks aren't familiar with. Luka Doncic has earned a reputation for both being one of the best players in basketball and one of its most volatile emotionally. Also read, Best second-round picks in NBA history. What matters for Dallas is adding Thompson's experience to the team and bringing in his much-needed perimeter shooting. While there will be some issues defensively with a Mavericks lineup featuring Thompson, Doncic and Kyrie Irving, the offensive upside is worth it for Dallas. As for Golden State, it gets a fresh start at Thompson's position and more changes are expected this summer. While Thompson's final season with the Warriors didn't go how anyone hoped, the team already announced his number will be retired after his NBA career ends. NBA trade rumors, Warriors and Spurs trying to trade for Lauri Markkanen. It looks like multiple teams are intent on trading with the Utah Jazz for Lauri Markkanen. The first bit of interesting news comes from Jake Fisher, who mentions the Golden State Warriors as a team pursuing Lauri Markkanen. From Fisher's article, the biggest domino from Thompson's outcome, however, could very well be the future of all-star forward Lauri Markkanen. Golden State has tried to maximize its optionality this summer by chasing the biggest fish who are feasibly available for the taking. First, the Warriors moved back Chris Paul's guarantee date to try and find a trade of his $30 million expiring salary. The Warriors tried to negotiate a trade for Paul George with the Clippers, sources said, before the All-Star wing opted out of his contract to test free agency and ultimately join Philadelphia. Golden State now remains one of the few teams most connected to a pursuit of acquiring Markkanen from Utah, according to league personnel. The Jazz are indeed welcoming calls on Markkanen, league sources told Yahoo Sports. Perhaps Utah will ultimately exact a similar offseason to that of Brooklyn, where the Nets once envisioned adding star-level talent alongside Mikal Bridges before determining their best course of action was to enter a rebuild, thanks to a massive haul from New York. The Jazz, as previously reported at Yahoo Sports, were looking into trading for Bridges, held conversations with Atlanta about both DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, sources said, and were working to assemble a group around Markkanen that could have possibly drawn George's eye. This latest round of Markkanen trade conversations could very well just be the Jazz trying to gather information from interested teams, or an effort to solicit some kind of exorbitant offer akin to the 5 first-round picks, plus an additional unprotected pick swap from the Knicks for Bridges. The Jazz have so far indicated to various parties around the NBA they would still like to renegotiate and extend Markkanen when the two sides become eligible to do so in August, sources said, and that listening to offers for Markkanen is just part of doing good business. There's a lot to unpack there. First, it's clear that the Warriors are interested in Markkanen. The question is, what would the offer be, and would the Jazz be willing to take it? Fisher mentions the Jazz are telling teams that they would still like to renegotiate Markkanen but are welcoming calls. It's this type of ambiguous messaging that has made this offseason a strange one for Utah. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Lauri Markkanen? Leave your opinion in the comments.